Howdy, this is Rambo LeBron on the Mississippi River. I've been here 21 days today. I was wrong on my count when I did day 17. I left on the 5th. Most of it's been spent at Harbor Bar on the island there, across from Red Wing and Hager City. Originally landed there as I was trying to attempt a world record with the trolling motor, and on day 4 I realized that that was a no-go. So I spent a week trying to figure out my issue, and I finally did. I got that beautiful little 6 horsepower there, which has worked brilliantly today. My max speed on my 6 miles here on this beach where I'm at right here. 6 miles it took to get here. My high speed was 7.5. I was averaging about 7. And it was working beautifully, and it felt so much better going across the open water with a few extra miles an hour than 2.8 with the trolling motor. Going across at 7.5 was way better. So another lesson learned on the river. But what this video is for is very sadly I'm bowing out. I'm going to take my lessons home. My uncle has given me a 19-foot bass boat with a 135 horsepower motor, and I'm going to go to Texas and get it this winter, and I'm going to re-equip that boat and come back to the Mississippi River, and I'm going to start in Red Wing this time, and because I want to cross Pepin. Well, it might not be in the minnow, it'll be in the new boat, but I've learned my lessons. This boat is too small, and it's heavy already, and with the gear in it, even after the 150-pound reduction, it's still too heavy, and I just need a boat to carry some gear. I want a trip that's a little nicer than a kayak or a canoe trip with limited gear. I don't want to suffer when I camp. I want to enjoy my trip. I want to really enjoy it, and I think I could enjoy this trip a lot better if I have a bigger boat and a bigger motor. Bigger boat, bigger motor is the solution. If I could put the gear that I have on the minnow on that bass boat, it's not going to affect it at all. It's big enough to handle it. It's big enough to handle the waves today. It's big enough to get 100 miles in a day or more if I want to get 100 miles in a day or more, and travel from point to point and enjoy those points that I stop at. And those are all the non-domestic reasons why I'm going to leave the river. Because as many of you know, I'm having issues with my ex-wife. My ex-wife got busted for methamphetamines. She lives in Colorado. She was living a different life when I let my son move in with her when she turned 14. The guy that was keeping her stable couldn't handle it anymore, and he left the scene, and then Christopher was suddenly thrust into the old chrysaline, and I suspected something was going on, but I couldn't prove it, and it took an event like this to prove it. My son ran away from his mother 600 miles from home in Oklahoma, and he is on his way to my house right now. All the people in my life pulled together to make sure that he gets home, and he is on his way home, and I'm freaking ecstatic. I've incurred a little debt on this trip too, and I need to go home and make some money so I can pay that off. And need to get my big adventure van fixed so I can drive it to Texas and pick up the bass boat and start working on it. Probably won't do the bass boat trip alone. I'm going to find somebody to go with me. I have no idea who yet, because it's got to be somebody that has time. And somebody that I can get along with over the period of time that it takes to get down to the bottom. So just not everybody is a fit for that. And it might even be my son and daughter that go with me. Or just my son or just my daughter. Hell, I don't know. Maybe my daughter in Texas. Not exactly the crew I would enjoy to have somebody who is experienced, but on that 19-foot bass boat there'll be room. There'll be room to have a person or two with, and some gear and good food to cook on board and everything I need. So between this issue with my ex-wife, which is a critical issue I need to get home and deal with, the boat plan that I came up with for over a year of planning. Every plan was out the window on day 4. And then I spent over 2 weeks replanning. And guess what? On day 1, every plan's out the window again. So I'm here in a place with no road access. It shows on the weather bug that the winds are going to start dying down around 3. So when they die down around 3, I'll get around that point right there, hug that shoreline over there, and hug that shoreline all the way as close to Lake City or to Lake City, and find a boat ramp, and I'm going to park there, and my ride is going to come from North Dakota and pick me up and get me home. I need to be home right now, and I want this trip to be an enjoyable trip, and the way that I planned this trip was just all wrong, and I need a better plan. I need a bigger boat. I need a bigger motor, and I probably need a crew member, somebody to hang out with. But if I have to do it solo in the bass boat, I will absolutely do it solo in the bass boat. It would just be nice to have somebody that could split the driving with me, so we could do a little fishing while we're going down the river. Because while I'm running a motor and I'm by myself, there is no way that I can fish at the same time as I'm going down the river. It requires constant attention. You have to be navigating constantly. The current pulls you left, the current pulls you right. There's no letting go of your wheel and just going straight. There's just none of that. Not with what I have, at least. But with a 135 horsepower motor, doing this river will be a lot different, and I can handle it. And I will start at Red Wing, and so I can start this trip by crossing Lake Pepin. So that's what I'm doing. I'm bowing out. I'm going to go handle my domestic stuff and make sure that I survive, because my little minnow, a badass little boat. It really is a badass little boat. But my little minnow is not equipped. My minnow's not equipped for this trip. And I'm fucking crushed. I'm fucking crushed. I waited my whole life to do this, and I'm fucking crushed. But neither here nor there. I got a plan to do it. With all what I've learned here on the river over 2021, day 21 today, everything I've learned will be absolutely valuable on the next leg of my trip when I come back to do it in a bass boat, in a 19.5-foot bass boat. I hate to fail. I fucking hate to fail. On that note, I'm going to sit here all day on this beach, and I'm pretty lucky right there, because this beach came with a chair. This beach came with the chair, so I'm gonna sit here on this point right here. Where is it? I'm gonna sit here on this point right here. Wind dies down, go to the boat ramp, and my ride is gonna come get me tomorrow or Friday. Well, peace out, everybody. This is Rambo from Lake Pepin on the Mississippi River. I love everybody. Thanks everybody for following my adventure up to this far. It's not the end of adventures. I got other adventures to do this summer. I'll tackle some smaller water with the boat. I'll do some camping trips on video. Adventure life with Rambo. I love to adventure. I live for it. And this one here is just a little bigger than me. Just a little bigger than me. Bye.